Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be looking at possible Bece questions. Now let's get right into it. Our first question says, solve the equation. Solve the equation. We have 2x plus 5 all over 3 equals 3. Now, in order to solve this equation, we'll first of all cross multiply, alright, or multiply both sides by 3. We have 2x plus 5 equals 3 times 3. Alright, so this becomes 2x plus 5 equals 9. So subtracting 5 from both sides, we're having 2x equals 9 minus 5. Okay, so this becomes 2x equals 4. So x equals 4 over 2, which will give us 2. So the value of x in this equation will be 2. Now, the big part of it says, make C the subject of formula. Make C the subject of formula. And 1 over A equals 1 over B plus 1 over C. Now, for us to make C the subject of formula, that means C has to stand alone. Alright, so this will become 1 over A equals LCM of B and C will give us BC. B here will remain C plus B. Okay, now we can now cross multiply. This becomes BC equals A bracket C plus B. Alright, opening up this bracket, we are having BC equals AC plus AB. Now we can collect like terms by subtracting AC from both sides. So this becomes BC minus AC equals AB. Alright, now having this, we can factorize our C out as our common terms. This becomes C bracket B minus A equals AB. So with this, we can now say divide both sides by B minus A. So C bracket B minus A all over B minus A equals AB over B minus A. So this cancels out, leaving us with C equals AB over B minus A. If you've enjoyed our tutorial so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also share the link with friends and your family. Alright, our next question says, a cylinder of volume is a cylinder has a volume of 154 centimeter cube and a diameter of 7 centimeter. Find the height of the volume of the cylinder. Now, in order to find the height of a cylinder, we know that volume of cylinder equals pi r squared h. Okay, now we know our pi is 22 over 7 times our radius. Since we are given diameter and we know that radius equals diameter over 2, so this will become 7 over 2 times 7 over 2 since it's squared times our h, which we are looking for, and the volume is giving us 154. Okay, so we can now decide to cancel out this and this to give us 11. So we're having 154 equals 11 times 7 over 2 times h. Okay, so having this way, we can say this to be 154 equals 77 over 2 times h. Okay, or 77h. Okay, let's put it times h. Alright, now we multiply both sides by 2. Okay, if we multiply both sides by 2, this becomes 154 times 2 equals 77h. So our h equals 154 times 2 over 77, which will give us 154 times 2 will give us 308 divided by 77 would give us 4 centimeter. So the height is 4 centimeters. Now, to our next question, it says find the value of y. We know that for a triangle, sum of angles in a triangle equals 180. So this becomes 75 plus 81 plus y equals 180. What's our reason? Sum of angles in a triangle. Okay, now 75, 5 plus 1 will give us 6, 7 plus 8 will give us 156 plus y equals 180. So y will become 180 minus 156. So y equals 10 minus 6, 4. This is 7. 7 minus 5 will give us 2. Okay, so this gives us 24 degrees. Y equals 24 degrees. Now, the next one says if r equals 4, t equals 1, and s equals 2, what is the value of 4r minus t plus s, which will give us, now, all we need to do is substitute the value of this in this. This will give us 4 bracket 4 minus value of t is 1 plus value of s is 2. So this becomes 4 times 4 will give us 16 minus 1 plus 2. Either we'll do 16 minus 1, which will give us 15 plus 2, 17, or we'll do 16 plus 2, 18, minus 1 to still give us 17. So the value of this will be equals 17. Our next set of questions says the vertical angle of a cone is 70 degrees and the slight height is 11 centimeter. Calculate the height of the cone to one figure. Now, in solving this, let's represent this in a diagrammatic way. If this is our cone, now they say the vertical angle here, which is this, is 70 degrees and the slight height is 11 centimeter. Now, they say we should calculate the height, which is this, of the cone, the height of the cone here. So now, if we have this, we can bring it up as a right angle triangle. Here is our radius of cone. Here is the slant height, which is 11. Now, if we divide this vertical angle, since this is our height, x, alright, 70 divided by 2 will give us an angle of 35 degrees here. Okay, so if we have here as 35 degrees, now we can now find x, knowing that this is our hypotenuse, these are adjacent, and these are opposite. Okay, now with respect to 35, okay, we can now calculate it as, since we have hypotenuse and adjacent, applying our SOHCAHTOA, which is cos. So this becomes cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, where our theta is cos 35 equals adjacent is x, which we are looking for, opposite is 11. So our x will give us 11 times cos 35. So 11 cos 35 will give us cos 35 would give us 11 times 0.8192 times 11 would give us 9.0106. Okay, now since they set to one figure, x will become, since it's just to calculate to one figure, x will become 9 centimeter. So that will be the height of our x. The next one says factorize b squared minus 10b plus 21 Now if you have to factorize this, we bring this together, this becomes plus 21b squared. Now what are the factors of 21 that would give us 10? We have 7 and 3. 7 times 3 will give us 21. 7 plus 3 will give us 10. Next thing we need to consider is our negative sign. Since this is negative, 7 plus 3 is a positive 10. So we can make this negative and negative. Minus times minus will give us a plus. Minus plus minus will give us a minus. So now using this to open up this, we have b squared minus 7b minus 3b plus 21. So factorize these two, group these two together. What's common here? B minus 7. What's common here? 3. B minus 7. Alright, so here we are now having b minus 3 and b minus 7. Okay, from here we have it as b minus 3 equals 0. So therefore b equals 3, or b minus 7 equals 0. So therefore b equals 7. So our common answer will become b equals 3 or 7. Now we factorize this equation. Now the next one says solve the inequality and represent it on a graph. Now for us to solve this inequality, this will give us 5x less than or equals to 7x plus 22. Now collecting our like terms, our positive 7 will become negative, which gives us 5x minus 7x is less than or equals to 22. Okay, right? Now, this will become minus 2x, okay, is less than or equals to 22. So now, because we are dividing by a negative, our sign will change. So this becomes x is greater than or equals to 22 over minus 2, which is x is greater than or equals to minus 11. Now, representing this on the graph simply means putting it on the number line. Now we are going to have, since this is our 0, this is positive and negative. So let's put it on a scale of 5 plus 5. Okay, let's do with minus 2. Minus 2. Sorry, this will be plus 2, minus 2, minus 4, minus 6, minus 8, minus 10, minus 12. So our minus 11 will be somewhere here. Okay, so since it's minus 11 and is greater than or equals to, so the circle will be shaded and pointing this way. Now, one trick for you to understand where the direction you're going to move in inequality is look at which way is the arrow pointing. If the arrow is pointing towards this way, that means it will still be pointing. Look at this and this are facing same direction. But assuming this was our final answer, that means it will face this other side. So the trick about it is always ensure your final answer is pointing in the same direction with your arrowhead. All right. Let's look at our next set of questions. Our next set of questions says the angles of equilateral are x, 2x, 3x, and 4x in this order. Find the value of x. Now, for us to find the value of x, this will become x plus 2x plus 3x plus 4x equals 360. What's the reason? Sum of angles in a quadrilateral equals 360. Now that's our reason for this. So if we add all this gives us 10x equals 360. So x equals 360 over 10, which will give us 36 degrees. Now, for each of these angles, x equals 36, 2x equals 36 times 2, which is 72, 3x 3x equals 36 times 3, which is 108, and 4x equals 36 times 4, which is 144. Okay? Okay, so those are the values of each and every of those angles. Now, the next one we have to look at is, it says, find the value of A of alpha and beta. Now, if we have to find the value of alpha and beta in this equation, in this triangle, this is the right angle triangle, which we all know. So this will be our hypotenuse, depending on which you're considering. Okay, let's consider alpha. Considering angle alpha, okay, which is this. This 3 will be our adjacent and 4 our opposite. Now, we can use any of our SOHCAHTOA to calculate the angle there. So, for the purpose of this, I'm going to use cos. Okay, so in fact, I'm going to use the 3 of them. So, let's do sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, now in this case, this becomes opposite is 4 over 5. All right, so our sine theta will become sine theta is now alpha, becomes 4 over 5. So alpha equals sine inverse of 4 over 5, which is going to give us our sine inverse of 4 over 5 will give us 53.1 degrees. Okay, now let's look at cos, that of cos. Cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, so cos alpha equals adjacent in this case is 3 over 5, which will give us alpha equals cos inverse of 3 over 5. Now cos inverse of will give us 53.1 degrees. Then we have tan theta, which is opposite over adjacent. Now in this case, tan alpha will become opposite is 4 over 3. So alpha equals tan inverse of 4 over 3, which will give us 4 over 3, tan inverse of 4 over 3. Okay, so tan inverse of will give us 53.1 degrees. So you can see, whichever one you use, you're still getting same answer. Now, considering beta, okay, considering beta, here becomes adjacent and here becomes opposite. Okay, so this will give us sine theta, which is still opposite of our hypotenuse. Now, our sine beta equals what? Opposite is 3 over 5, which gives us sine beta equals sine inverse of 3 over 5, which will give us Sine inverse of 3 over 5, sine inverse of will give us 38.9 degrees. Okay, now looking at cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse, which becomes cos beta equals adjacent is 4 and hypotenuse is 5. So our beta equals cos inverse of 4 over 5. So cos inverse of 4 over 5. So cos inverse of 4 over 5 will give us 38.9. Then tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. So our tan beta equals opposite is 3, adjacent is 4. So beta equals tan inverse of 3 over 4, which is going to give us tan inverse, okay, that gives us still 38.9 degrees. So you can see this is 36. All this has been 36. 36.9 degrees. So that shows us that either way, whichever one you use, you will get same answer. Okay, either way, whichever one you use, you will get same answer, be it sine, be it cos. Okay, cos, sine and tan, you get same answer for both sides of your divide. I hope you've enjoyed our lecture up to this moment. Okay, subscribe to our channel and click on your notification buttons for more updates. Alright, our next set of questions says simplify m 1 over m plus 2 plus 1 over m minus 2. Now the first thing we're going to do is to find the LCM of our denominator, which will become m plus 2 m minus 2. Okay, so m plus 2 here will be left with m minus 2. M minus 2 plus m minus 2 here will cancel out, leaving us with m plus 2. Okay, so if we have this, we are going to expand this as expand our denominator. This will give us m. Okay, let's work on our numerators first. M plus m will give us 2m minus minus, this will cancel this. So our numerator will give us 2m. This will give us m squared minus 2m plus 2m minus 4. Okay, so from here we have it as 2m all over, this will cancel this, leaving us with m squared minus 4. But this can be broken down as 2 squares. So we can leave our answer this way, or we can do it as 2m equals m squared minus 2 squared. Now applying a difference of square method rule, this becomes 2n all over m minus 2 m minus 2. But for the junior WAEC level, you can leave it at this. But as you progress into the senior section, always remember that you can break it down to this. Now, our second question talks about a house was bought for 150. Now, the cost price is 150,000 and it was sold, selling price was 100,000. Now, the loss is cost price minus selling price, which is 50,000. Now, since we're looking for loss percent, we know that percentage loss equals loss all over cost price times 100 over 1. Okay, now our loss is 50,000, cost price is 150 times 100 over 1. Cancel, cancel. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay, 4 zeros to cancel, leaving us with 500 divided by 15. Okay, we can still break this down. 5 here, 100, 5 here, 3. So you can see that our loss percent will become 100 divided by 3 will give us 3 here, 3, 33, 1 over 3%. Okay, that gives us 33, 1 over 3%. Or in decimals, it can be 33.3%. Alright, guys, with this, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and click on your notification button for more updates. You can also follow us on our Facebook page at Mathematics Simplified. Love you guys. Thank you.